During the reign of Haldric VII, the land of Wesnoth was peaceful. Conrad I had driven off the orcs in the north. The eastern forts were quiet and almost deserted. The elves in the western forest kept to their own affairs. In the prosperous south, men built new towns and farms. For 8 years, the Southguard had defended the farms and homes surrounding the city of Westin, the capital of Wesnoth's frontier province of Kerlath in the furthermost south. The fiercest foe they had faced was the occasional bandit. The orcs were far to the north. In the Avonwood to the west dreamed the elves, not foes of humankind, but keeping aloof from men. Only scattered few outlaws lived in wildlands south of Kerlath, a bastion of the ancient heart forest of the great continent, so dense and gloomy that even elves forbore from dwelling there. Then in spring of the 9th year of the reports from the Southguard, under the command of Sir Loris, suddenly ceased. King Haldric decided to send someone to investigate. King Haldric summoned a young, undistinguished but promising cavalry officer named Deoran. Deoran was the son of Haldric, who had fought with distinction alongside Conrad I in the wars against the orcs. The king had a mission for Haldric's son. King Haldric knighted young Deoran, and when he rose, tasked him to ride to Westin to demand an accounting from Sir Loris, the commander of the Southguard. So yeah, welcome to the Battle of Wesnoth. This was something I've been meaning to do for a while, but recording exactly hasn't been the best. Anyway, Deoran found himself put to the test early in his command. Loris, the previous commander, had squandered his time in games and diversions, and bandits had overrun the land. You will never take this village. I've seen your kind kill too many townsmen, and I'll defend them to the death. Of course, a simple misunderstanding. It seems that quite a bit has been going on. Of course, all we have are the local villagers. And I guess that's where we're headed first, too. And we have the enemy. Of course, they're underestimating us. Now, if I recall correctly, the mouse doesn't record, so I better show you. Just quick switch of stuff. Color cursors. Okay, that should do. Bit slower, but it should work. Anyway, let's start recruiting some peasants. It's a turn-based strategy game, which is really heavily dependent upon chance, based on defense of each tile. So you can guess how well this is going to go. Alright, with that in mind, we've just moved quite a bit. Yeah, there's quite a bit to this interface. Let's see. Over here's the amount of turns you've got, amount of coins you've got, or gold, which is how much you can recruit, and so on and so forth. Villages indicates how many villages we're in ownership of, and this is upkeep and income and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. So we should probably get moving. And we find Sir Garrick. And we must raise the Southguard. This is one of the more simpler campaigns and is more suited to beginners, but I'm showing you this because when a game depends on probability as much as this, it gets quite painful. Anyway, our objective is to defeat Urza Mathan, and these are conditions that we get defeated on. So yeah, I'm using my tablet to control this interface, which is actually remarkably handy. Might as well send our peasants forward. At the very least, they can at least be, you know, bait. As much as I hate to say it, that's what they are. More people in the houses. Of course, we need to keep moving, and we're just capturing their flags, which essentially is how many villages they can control. As you might have noticed, this has increased, which is dependent upon whether the amount of villages that we actually own. So let's capture some more. Of course, there's a base amount of income that a team can have at any time, and that would be in the status table. As you can see, right now the bandits are earning an income of +1. Of course, everyone seems to have that much at least. We have more support than they do, which is nice, but in other campaigns, some get, you know, an income all the time regardless of whether they have a village or not, which becomes quite a pain. Anyway, I think that's everyone moved, so we just end our turn, and they will move out. I've set it to skip movement for the enemy, I believe. Although, let's see, can I do that? I can do this. Might as well claim more villages while we're at it. This is over here as swampland. Typically most people will end up having reduced land environmental defense because of it. As you can see, pathways are not the greatest for Sir Garrick. He's much better suited to the mountains or the forest. What you choose is up to you, but typically you're going to want to have as much percentage as possible. Because, you know, even the most littlest of units can bring down a very strong unit if it has pitiful terrain defense. So yeah, let's go up and recruit some more by bringing you back here. Bowmen have strong range attack, effective against those that don't have any attack, like that. And then we have our spearmen. So yeah. Each will cost gold, and the upkeep is determined by the level of the unit. So this is a level 1 unit, so it will cost me 1 gold if it is over the amount of villages that we own in total. Hence why 6 out of 13... No, that's not how it works. That's how much villages we own right about now. So that's just basically telling us how many villages we have out of the whole site. So might as well recruit some bowmen. Like that. And we are done. Take a look across and around. So Garrick is over there. Alaron is over here. You can name your units as well, but you don't have to. So let's just end our turn and see where things go. And of course this talks about our units, and as they are right about now, because they're all humans, they tend to be lawful by nature. Whereas bandits have a chaotic alignment, which means they're more effective at night. Then you have those that are neutral. But that's dependent on how people set them out. In the meantime, we probably should get these guys to retreat. I don't want them dying in the first time. Moving back as far as we can, as well as most effectively. Okay, move up here. Might as well claim these villages. Okay. Might as well move some of our other bowmen out. Hold the north bank of the river until morning, and then come back and get rid of them. So recruit some more. Maybe a couple of spearmen as well while we're at it. Of course you don't want to recruit all your gold reserves away, but just for this one, we can probably afford to do that. Anyway, let's get everyone else moved back up this area. Okay, cool. Might as well get everyone across there. There's a distinct disadvantage when you walk into water, hence why he suggested holding the front. I wanna know what this one is, because it doesn't look like a typical village, that's for sure. Right, let's push everyone forwards. Figure I may as well... Nope, made a mistake there. You can simply undo those turns if you mess up, but it doesn't apply if you get involved in fog of war or anything like that. Also, if your units attack and it does pitifully, you cannot reverse that attack. You gotta keep going or load a previous save, and you're gonna need those saves quite a bit later on.